Hello everyone, and welcome back to Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. When we left off, we were going to chase a clown down a sewer. Yes, I'm not making that up. Now, what I'm deciding to do for this episode, and I will give you forewarning now because the episode might end quite abruptly, is because there's lots of talking in this game, I've decided that I'm going to do 40-minute playthroughs instead of 20 minutes because, as I said, there's a lot of text, there's lots of talking, there's lots of dialogue, so... You know, as it stands, you know, it's taken me a while, 4 episodes to barely start the game. So I
lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
So I think that I need to, I need to sort of make the videos a bit longer. Otherwise, this series could go on for, 100 episodes or something. Maybe not that much, but a lot of episodes. So, I thought I'd do a 40-minute playthrough on this now. But the reason I say... I will stop now because if it ends... Well, not stop now, but the reason I will tell you now is because if it ends abruptly, it's because I don't have enough disk space to record. I'm hoping I have got enough. But if the episode suddenly ends, that is why. So, here we are in the sewers.
It was a shiny red plastic ball sat incongruously on the...
Oh, that was me.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose. It was a soggy, crumpled paper tissue. I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
I like breakfast leftovers. Maybe not that greasy, but...
It was a small scrap of cloth caught on the rusting... I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
Only way is up. Oh, hello.
Hi there.
Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd come back, and now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there, immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
Terrorists. The meanest, nastiest, dirtiest bunch of guys you ever saw.
Englishmen without a doubt. The filthy dogs. The day they opened that tunnel was a bad day for France, I tell you. If I still had the full use of my faculties, I'd march right over there and tell them so.
Well, whoever they are, they blew up the cafe.
What? The cafe? Blown
Shows
up?
that simply because it always makes me laugh.
Dieu. That is awful.
The guy who did it was a calculating, cold-blooded killer. He was disguised as a clown. I followed him into the sewer, and I think he came this way.
Ah, mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
That still does not explain what you are doing down the sewer.
That's one hell of a
For
mustache.
all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh, no. I'm just a tourist.
Most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
To be fair, I actually wouldn't find them that uninteresting because I know that apparently the sewers of Paris mirror the streets above. So if you're ever in the sewers, as long as you've got access to a map, you can still find your way around. Personally, I think that's quite interesting.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type, just like you.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
That's what you say.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Bravo! Huh? You need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Well, I didn't notice. Now are you going to leave? Or do I have to call the police?
He noticed something.
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
Just as I thought. You are up to no good down those sewers, weren't you?
One slip and I would have been up to my neck. Take a look at this false nose.
I've never seen it before in my life.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone has emptied their nostrils into it.
You've got to show him the police card. That's what we've got to do. But I just love going through all the options.
Do you recognize this
There's
material?
always usually something funny to be said.
I am
about
not
something.
telling you anything.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
Mm-hmm. What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say?
Hominoid.
Hominoid division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Mm-hmm. Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an arm lock. His face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron. But he did not know what he was up against. Oh no. He made a big
This is what I
mistake
mean.
when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
If I was doing
Yes,
a 20-minute
yes, I
playthrough,
get the picture.
I would nearly already be 10 minutes into it and we've hardly done anything. I think this is why I need to make this a 40-minute.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really? So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
I repeat again. Yeah.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, he was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs? Stolen jewels?
I don't know. But the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
How true.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
That is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Can I... Oh, sorry. Just realised how far away I was from the microphone.
Now, about the jacket you found.
All
Do
you would have heard
it
then
here?
was...
No, monsieur.
Oh, I was on the
One of the
microphone.
sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. A pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romany seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind.
What ordinary person would wear a jacket like that?
What was the name on the label?
Ah, it was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
He's just going to stand there.
So the clown had escaped into the sewer, come up into the courtyard, and then slipped back into the street here. It wasn't much, but it was more than the cops had got.
Okay, so... Oh, we've got the phone number now. So, let's see what we can do. I'm guessing that's the Todrick guy.
Hello? Who is this?
Hi, my name's George Stobart. You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it.
He's hiding something.
Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
You can keep this going for a while and it gets, like, a bit odd. Because he starts talking about, like, his dog and stuff.
I expect Plantar's a family man. Don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Okay.
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Let's see where to go. I can't get anywhere right now. Oh, hang on. I can go to the police station. I should probably call Nico as well.
Excuse me.
Not so fast. I'd like your personal details, please.
Huh? What for?
In the event of an accident, it would help us to know where to send the body.
What the hell?
Look, is this really necessary? I came in here to talk to Rosso.
Why did you not say? He's not here.
But
Do you wish to leave a message for him? I have a choice of blue or black pen. I'd recommend the blue for a less formal communication.
I'd prefer to talk to him in person.
As you wish, monsieur.
Is Sergeant Moo available?
What? You want to speak to him?
Yes, please.
I cannot recall the last time someone asked to speak to Moo. No one ever speaks to him. Not even his kids. Très bien. He is not here, monsieur. He is with Inspector Rousseau, like Laurel and Kitten. No, monsieur?
Hardy. Oliver Norville Hardy. Have you any idea what this tool is used for?
Oui, monsieur. It is a dipstick.
I found this red nose near the Café de la Chandelle Verte.
A clown's nose?
That's right. The guy who wore this is a savage killer.
If you say so, monsieur.
I found this tissue.
What the hell is that?
It's evidence.
Evidence of what? Mayonnaise smuggling?
The sticky stuff is grease paint.
Ah, and that is supposed to make me happy, is it? I suggest you think long and hard about what you are doing with your life, monsieur.
I found this scrap of material in the sewer.
Vraiment?
It was probably torn from the clothes of a psychotic killer.
Even if you were Sherlock Holmes, I would have trouble believing you.
Thanks for your help, officer.
Right, let's give Nico a call.
Hello, Nico Coulard.
Hello? It's George.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment later this afternoon?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come over.
We're back to playing as Nico.
I was used to working alone, but I had to admit it felt good with George on the case too. But there were some things I was going to have to do alone, and fast. I needed the answers to some questions. Who was the costume killer? And why did he murder Carchon? Why did Carchon ask for me to interview him? How did he know my father? And why was my editor so scared? There was some kind of secret war going on out there, but who was on which side? One thing I did know. I wasn't going to get the answers sitting at my desk.
Okay.
My first Teddy. Never had a boyfriend as loyal as him. It was a photograph of my father, the first one I ever took, with the first camera he ever bought me.
You have no messages.
No, I'm not giving up.
I don't know who this is, but this probably might get flagged on YouTube.
I'm not giving up. No, I'm not giving up
Good song though.
on you. 'Cause
The box was carved by my father. The elephant on the lid was...
if we work at it, we'll make it through the rain.
The box was one of the few things my father left
Yeah,
me.
I got-
The elephant...
Just trying out a stupid idea. No. There's got to be something in there then.
The box was one of... The elephant...
Okay.
It was the beautiful...
My go?
Mademoiselle Collard.
Oh, hello there. Don't tell me. I'm going to meet a tall, dark man.
No, I don't think so. Why would you say that?
Oh, just a wild guess.
Anyway, your cousin's female and very pretty.
What?
Your cousin from Marseille. How could you forget her so soon? She was only in your apartment yesterday.
Ah, really?
Such a charming young girl.
Isn't she? And in my apartment, you say?
She let herself in, of course. She's got a key.
Suddenly, everything made sense. My apartment had been bugged. That was how Plantard knew all about my article. How did I know? Because the only cousin I have is a sweet little guy called Jean-Marc, who runs a patisserie in Le Touquet. These people were determined, which meant they were also very dangerous. I suppose she'd forgotten which apartment was mine.
Oh, Miss Collard, you're a mind reader. That's just what she said.
Oh, I bet it was. Well, I'd better be going. See what my sweet cousin's been getting up to.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Okay, is there anywhere else to go? Out of interest. There's... I can go back to the Carchon residence. What would I need to go back there for? I can't think of anything. Okay, well, there's definitely something going on here.
So, where had my pretty new cousin hidden her little bug, eh? I was going to have to search everywhere.
Teddy?
My first teddy, undisturbed.
The table? The phone? The phone's got to be bugged, surely.
No bug. Just a 20-year-old piece of gum.
Phone.
The phone was the obvious place to look for a bug, but this handset hadn't been opened for years. Besides, they would have just bugged the line.
That's true. Behind the photo of her father. Those bastards.
It was a photograph of the first one I ever took. They hadn't played.
Yeah, I thought it might have been on the back of it.
No messages for me. No one had.
Where would I hide a bug? Alright, think.
The box was one of the few things. The elephant on the. But that small metal disc underneath it in the chest was a recent addition. Oh, chère cousine. You left me a little present. You shouldn't have. You don't scare me. Espèce de...
Okay. So we're back here again. There's obviously something we've got to do with this box, but... I mean, could we pick it with the hairpin, actually? That's not a bad idea.
The box was carved by my father.
Yeah, we know that, Nico. No?
The box was one of the few... The elephant...
Okay. Maybe there's something back at the Carchon residence then. So, there's nothing at the cafe. Oh, hello. Let me guess, I've got to climb up.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Can I ask what you're doing?
I am guarding the scene of a terrible and heinous crime.
Yeah, this statue. Tell me about it.
Au contraire, mademoiselle. This statue is a pure and visionary statement, a comment upon man's self-imposed isolation within a debased societal framework.
Not a crime, then.
The only crime you will find here is the murder of the great Monsieur Cachon.
No. How dramatic.
I know. Here in this very building, no less. It is top secret, but according to Cachon's wife, the killer was dressed as a mime. Police believe there was an accomplice, a young female journalist. Even as we speak, she is being hotly pursued up and down the land. No stone is being left unturned.
Good place to look for a journalist, officer.
We police are no fools.
Evidently. How was Monsieur Cachon killed?
He was shot in cold blood with a gun.
Why was he dressed as a mime?
I have my own theory. Either he was mad, or he was a real mime, trying to throw us all off the scent by cunningly not wearing a disguise.
How long have you been in the police force?
All my life, mademoiselle.
It shows.
Thank you.
You must be quite an aficionado of modern art.
Au contraire, I adore it. In fact, I dabble myself.
Oh, really? I used to dabble myself, but I managed to quit in the end. Why would a mime kill Monsieur Cachon?
He was a hired killer, I expect. Everybody knows mimes don't leave prints.
Is that it?
Monsieur?
Mademoiselle?
How was Monsieur Cachon killed?
He was shot in cold blood with a gun.
Why was he dressed as a mime?
I have my own theory. Either he was mad, or he was a real mime, trying to throw us all off the scent by cunningly not wearing a disguise.
How long have you been in the police force?
All my life, mademoiselle.
It shows.
Thank you.
So, let's... How do I get away from him? Leave me alone.
No. Ever see symbols like these?
Only at the bottom of a bottle, mademoiselle. Ha! I always find a little...
Yeah.
You must be...
Oh.
Okay. Why would...
He was...
Okay. Well, we've got to get up there somehow.
Please do not finger the wires. They are high-tension, titanium-coated wires, especially in...
This guy was either into art or wire, or both.
If they were to become freed, this superb piece of kinetic engineering would topple and fall. At the same time, the force of the recoil would take your eye out.
Ow. Okay, let's have a think. Okay, I'm not really sure where to go from there then, because I feel like I've got to get the crime scene, but maybe I need to go back. I've not really explored the cafe as such. Well, not as Nico anyway. See what's new. Oh, it's that guy again. Although he's changed his clothes.
Hello, could I ask you some questions?
That depends. Are you a cop?
Oh,
No.
different guy.
I'm a
Well,
journalist.
he looks the same.
It's
he's
late,
just
aren't you?
not
They already took away the body.
I'm doing a follow-up on this story.
Yeah, they look really similar apart from the mustache.
Tell me, are you related to the workman I saw digging the hole?
Don't talk to me about flobage. Pass!
Okay.
He just won a fortune on the horses and he won't give me a cent.
Well, it's his money.
When he was broke, he was happy to touch me for a loan. Brothers should look after each other, he used to say. He's changed his tune, now he's brassed up.
You're doing a fine job.
Damn right I am. You should be writing about me, not that idiot that got blown up.
The heroes who pick up the pieces when disaster strikes.
Exactly.
Well, give me your best smile and maybe I'll put your picture in the article.
Oh, right. Just give me a minute to do my hair.
Oh, I see. I can use that as a way to go inside.
The police had removed the body, but nothing else looked disturbed.
Have a drink. Although, tea, not alcohol.
Some journalists drink on the job, not me. It was a brandy bottle.
So what else? The mirror. Oh, maybe this is where we could see something that we couldn't see when the body was there. Yes.
A panel had been blown away, revealing a gap. From this angle, I could see that something had been lodged in the gap behind the pipes. From this
Yeah. Find it.
behind the table were some damaged pipes. Voila! The police and forensic teams had missed a vital piece of evidence. Some kind of pouch. On the pouch was the cross symbol of Cauchon's organization. I was on the right track.
Okay. So what's in the pouch?
On the pouch was the cross symbol. Inside the
we had
pouch,
that. There we go. So there's a key.
the artifact had a sword laid across scales. There was a picture of Lady Justice on the locked panel in the room below the conciergerie.
Okay. And
Another coded message using the same cipher system.
Oh, I should've-
So, Plantard
should've
was
written this
involved
down.
with Cauchon.
Okay. Right. I really should have written this down. Can I go back? Can I read the previous one again? Yeah. I know how to do the code. Let me read the previous one.
I had decrypted Pierre. This is take. I'd be.
Oh, God damn it! I was hoping I could see it again.
Another code. So,
Okay, I've got to try and remember. Now, what was E? Right. Think for a minute. I remember that one was R. I do remember that. Because we had... and then that weird one was a... So that... I'm guessing that might be Pierre. Because I know that was R and I know that was P. So let's work on that basis then. Let's work on the basis that says Pierre. And see where that leads us. So Pierre is it's I-E, isn't it? So... it's going to be I, which makes the N one. And E. Okay, right. So we've got Pierre. Now, which one was A? I'm trying to do this from memory. I remember it looked a little bit like an A. I don't think it was that one though, because that's not even in the message. It had a weird... I don't know why it reminded me of an A. It was kind of like almost like a circle with a kick. That one, maybe? That could be right, I guess. Something else. Could that be P-L-A-N-T-A? That could be Plantard. Seeing as that's who had the message. Okay, let's go on that. So D L. I love these. I need to get a book with things like these. They're really fun. N. So that's N. Which makes that T. Plantard. Pierre. Plantard. Pierre killed. Whoops, wrong one. Plantard, Pierre killed. Murderer. Plantard. Murderer must Murderer well, that can only be must, surely. Plantard, Pierre killed. Murderer, must something. Something trail, something. Oh, that was Arno, wasn't it? Arno. And Yamada. Because that was that weird one I couldn't get. Arno and Yamada. Something. Well, that must be Will. Followed. Murderer must something. Follow trail from Arno and Yamada. Something will come for us now. Come for us now. We must be vigilant. Plantard, Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed the trail.
Plantard.
Hey.
Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed trail from Arno and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her, and for Canchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell the story. Whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
Okay, well, we've got some interesting info.
Hey, what about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Alors, they should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had fooled him easily enough. And found the evidence the police had missed.
Okay, well now I think it's time to go back to Carchon's place, because we've got to get down.
The strange metal artifact found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the quayside.
That'd be where I want to go. See what we got. Oh, I've got to do all this again, damn it. Alright, let's go see what we can find. So it's there, that's obviously that. So the keyhole I said had Lady Justice on it, so let's give that a try.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too.
This is one hell of a conspiracy.
A photograph had been torn up.
We gotta do a bit of puzzling.
If I could just arrange the pieces.
Okay. Yeah, blah blah blah. Right.
Oh my god. It can't be.
What? Oh, is it our dad? That bit obviously goes there. And then... timer, but I want to finish the puzzle first. It's Daddy. God, I forgot how terrible I was at puzzles. Right, that piece. Okay. That was in the ear. I was trying to work out what that piece was. Right, we want the corner. I think I can see where this is going, and it does not look good.
There was no doubt about it. It was a picture of my father. Papa! Oh, God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything. But not this. My father, the one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Cachon while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it. I realized that I desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
Yeah, you do. Later that afternoon. Well, George is now here. But we will leave it there for this episode. I think this is going to work quite well, actually, doing 40-minute playthroughs. I might bump them up to an hour, because we're still only sort of at the beginning of the game, and I think bumping up to an hour might be a better idea, just to get a bit more of the playthrough done, as I said, because, you know, I want to play this game, and I enjoy playing this game, and I want to take my time with it, but if I'm going to take my time with it that much, it probably is going to end up being, you know, an hour long. So I think the next episode probably will be an hour long. But for now, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share. It really helps me out a lot. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.